superstar. Step back three on the way. Oh, it banks it. The throw to the plate. And Diego with a shot. Pasternak scores.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm back. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. It's a little different here, as you might have noticed, or maybe you're not noticing. Maybe you're new to our program. My name is Kendrick Bourne, and I am one half of the Boston Power Hour show. It's another season. As you can see, I am a fan. Not a super fan, but some can call me a super fan, but I am a fan, a Patriots fan, and I am also the producer here at the CliffNotes Project, and we've been doing a lot of work for you guys. One of the things we wanted to do is we wanted to kind of just give you a different feel, a different aura over there. Shout outs to, I got Babs on the mic. But before I do that, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank everyone that tunes in every single week. We appreciate that more than you guys even know. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let me introduce this guy. I don't know if you remember him. If you don't, you're crazy. What's up, brother?
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a long time.
It's been a while since I saw you.
First and foremost, I'll be right up front.
Talk to me.
Trent Brown beat me. I mean,
Are we still doing that? Are we still doing that?
It did not last. Summer did not.
You enjoyed the summer though.
I enjoyed my summer. Absolutely.
Exactly.
My summer. Trent Brown hit his weight goal.
Yeah.
He looks great.
He does look great.
He looked great in Miami the other day.
It's all right. We'll talk about that.
Like I gave up on.
But listen, at the end of but let me ask.
I want to let you know, it's the last time we talked.
It has been a while, man. It has been a while. Shout outs to everybody watching you on the gram, man.
Yeah, we got the Instagram set up on that end.
Yes, we do.
So
Twitter is going.
On Twitter as well.
YouTube
is where
yeah.
the main area.
Lot of things going on.
So, anyone who's on the Instagram side, just go click it on the. Got the link in the bio there. You guys are on Twitter. We appreciate that as well. And then YouTube is where it's at. So it's great to be back, Cliff.
Yes.
I've been eager to get back in the studio. Props to you for setting all this up. This is awesome. And over the time, we're going to have, look, I already look in the background now. We'll have more stuff set up here.
Lots of things.
We'll have things set up everywhere.
For sure.
It's a more sports setting. And I love the new time, 8 p.m.-ish.
Feels good.
8 p.m.-ish.
Yeah.
Because it takes some time to
Shout outs to
get
the people that were involved to make that happen.
A lot of people.
Make
that to make that happen.
Yeah.
But we're locked in for 23 straight weeks coming up, all the way through the Super Bowl.
Are you ready for that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's fun. It's a fun season. Like the Patriots got bounced last year in the wild card. We still went through it.
We were there.
We followed the NFL. You got degenerates that want to gamble. You got fantasy football going on. So you're looking at next year's opponents already. So. It's great, but one game at a time, 1 week at a time, we have a lot to talk about the Patriots.
Is that all we can ask? 1 week at a time, right?
Well, 1 week at a time right now with the New England Patriots. I mean, just a simple overreaction for last game, but
before we even, before you even get sad, I do want to say this, right? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we understand that you're saying, oh my God, as I'm doing my thing over here, that you know what? It's not what it used to be. It's not what it was. It's not the old way. It's not yada, yada, yada. This is what I have to say to all you guys as I'm prepping this here, okay? First of all, football's back. Football is back. The first week was amazing. We had some great games. Yes, the Patriots lost. We'll get to that. But football is back, and I'm excited about it. My son is watching football. Really paying attention. He was like, Dad, why are they making these calls? I said, well, it's what happens. It's sports. But I want to think, let me rewind. I want to thank everyone that's actually hating on the Patriots right now. Because I remember, I don't know if you remember this, but there was a time last year that I was saying, hey, I don't think they're going to have a good season. And we'll go over that last, I think it was the second to last episode that we did, and a lot of people, Cliff, I was getting DMs. I was like, wow, look at me. This is not Spike's DM. This is Cliff. They're like, oh, no, we know. We didn't like your picks. And I'm like, wow, this is intriguing. But listen, at the end of the day, football's back. I'm excited. I'm excited out there. Regardless of what you guys think, you have to just say football is back. There's a great product out there. And that's it. That's it. But as we did last year, because I was watching you, maybe we didn't see each other, but I was following you like all your fans, bro. looks like you're a little angry. I don't know why. I don't know why, but ladies and gentlemen, not much has changed. Not much has changed. We has Babs Weekly Rant. Okay? I want to know, what is it exactly that was pissing you off this week, sir? We just started.
You're getting me pissed off right now. It's the way you're talking about it. Because you're just, listen, I hate these fans out there that want to be, I want to be realistic, right? Mm-hmm. Like you're saying, the Patriots are going to be a bad team. First of all, because this rant is going to go on from the last month, because we're supposed to meet a month ago.
I love it.
And now already 1 week's been done. You have all these fans that left the New England Patriots fan base and went down to Tampa, follow Tom Brady, because they want to be on the right side of history. They want to give no credit to Bill Belichick or the New England Patriots right now. They want Belichick to fail. They will shout it from the rooftops. I have it in my messages every fucking day, every fucking comment of people saying, Babs, this team isn't good. Babs, this team isn't good. In 2020, I supported the New England Patriots because I want to be optimistic about the team that I'm investing my time, my money, and my energy into.
Yeah.
When I see it on the field, and then after that Buffalo game, I said, that's it. The team's not going to go anywhere this year.
Yep.
But why are we going into season saying, after 1 week, Cliff, team's going to go 8 wins. Why bother with the New England Patriots? Why invest all this time with the New England Patriots?
Yep.
They're an 8-9 team. These are so-called Patriots fans doing that. Why do you have to be like that? Why not just be optimistic? It's a long fucking season. This team literally went 1-3 to start the season last year. They strung off 7 straight wins. They went 10-7 with their rookie quarterback.
This is true.
And they went to the wild card and they got their asses whipped.
This is true.
I have no more tattoos on me, right, that say we're going to win a Super Bowl this year. No one is saying Super Bowls anymore here, and that's fine. Cliff, you go from, all right, you had Tom Brady, greatest of all time.
Yep.
Gone. It's time to restart the franchise.
Which we did.
That's what we did.
Yep.
2020, 7-9. Last year, 2021, 10-7.
Yep.
Wild card appearance. That's what I want to keep seeing from this team going forward. I don't know why there's these smart fans, and what they call them in the wrestling industry is marks, is that these people want to be on the right side and say, I told you so at the end of the season. Why waste your fucking breath?
Talk your shit.
18 weeks of football. Let's enjoy that. You just said football's back.
Football is back.
I'm happy that football's back. It's going to be a long season.
Yes, it is.
Enjoy the team. I think they're going to go 12-5. I think they could go 10-7.
We're still holding on to the 12-5.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is this optimism, or you just loving the team so much?
Okay, so if you want to be the realist, go become a beat writer, go work in the sports industry like that. At the end of the day, I'm a fan. That's what I'm at. I'm a fan that's optimistic about my team.
Okay.
And being real is saying 10-7.
Wait a minute.
Being
So you can't be both?
12-5.
Are we saying we can't be both?
But you can be realistic, but you can also not be that fucking people out there that are saying, yeah, they're a 5-win team. They're a 5-win team. Same ones that are watching the games every week.
Right. Well, I'm not going to say that they're a 5-win team, but I am going to say that they are not going to win 12 games. I'm assuming. Because who knows, right?
Okay.
Maybe the magic ball that you have there will tell you. Let's shake it up. Shake it up. Ask the question.
Belichick magic ball now. All right.
Okay, what do we got?
I'm asking a question. Can the Patriots win 12 wins? Get 12 wins this season?
Survey says, what do we got?
Survey says it's dark. You can't even see it. Come on, Bill. Come on, Bill. I know you have an answer somewhere.
What do we got?
Oh, it says, dude, I remember when I got this last year?
Yeah.
It's like stuck because it's a pyramid on there, and it's like stuck on the
at the right place. Oh
it's
my
in
God!
The point, so it's
give it a little. Knock it.
Now, how about you? You go.
All right, let's try.
Okay, you do it.
Come on, baby. Oh, it is kind of stuck, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Dude, you're giving a blind man. I'm an old man. You see the grays? I'm blind as fuck. But I did move it. Here, check it out.
All right, one more time.
One more time. What do we got?
Dude, now I got all the bubbles in the way.
Just to make your point, just lie.
It says,
what's it say?
It says, do your job.
Oh, shit.
Just do your job.
Do your job.
I don't know why, Cliff, I just don't understand that these people that are Brady fans now that have bought tickets down to Tampa, season tickets, they bought the merchandise, they did all that, right? That are rooting against the Patriots. Why not just support the football team here in New England? That's it, and be optimistic for the season. Yes, I get being real.
Okay.
Be real when the time comes. Don't come to me and say this is a 5-12 team, or don't even say, Babs will tell you they're going to be 8-9. Why don't be a little bit more optimistic, dude? Come on. Like, I'm not trying to be negative.
So last year, I think it was the second to last.
This fucking table.
I know, man. It's all right. It's all right. Second to last episode, we talked about it. You convinced me to say, hey, this is a doable, because we spoke about Miami being very important. We spoke about the Bills being very important. I think this is what's happening. People saw the Bills play and said, wow, 4 turnovers, whole shit, right? Fair to say. But we were still optimistic. Then we found out you weren't the offensive fucking coordinator. It's really Matt Patricia. Holy shit.
All right, here's the theory about the offensive coordinator.
Talk to me.
All right, so what happened was Josh McDaniels takes the job in Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. All right, they didn't have anybody to replace him right away. So the way I look at it was Josh McDaniels got the job. They go back home. Bill O'Brien is going to be the replacement. But at the timing of it, it's all timing.
Okay.
And Bill O'Brien decided to stay in Alabama because there was the chance of him becoming the head coach of Alabama.
Correct.
And Nick Saban ends up signing a 10-year deal in August. Like, it just happened last month. Mm-hmm. Okay? If that happened in, like, let's say March.
You think he's here?
Huge difference. Yes, he's absolutely here.
Okay.
So I look at Bill O'Brien saying, I already committed to a year. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do one more year. And then he's going to look at maybe there's head coaching jobs, but maybe he'll want to come back for a year, 2 or 3 for the offensive coordinator for the New England Patriots, then branch back into the NFL.
Gotcha.
So I feel like this year, it sucks. You can't go from defensive coordinator to offensive coordinator. There's too many cooks in the kitchen when it comes to Mac Jones.
Right.
It's going to be a lot of growing pains. But this is what's going to make Mac Jones go from the rookie boy to a veteran man in the NFL. He is literally going to have to run the offense this year. He gets zero blame. That guy, Mac Jones, could absolutely suck this season, right? He gets no blame from me.
Let me ask you.
It gets it from the coaching, but it's all about what next year happens. If they don't address the offensive coordinator next year, and that's my theory, I'm sticking with it.
I'm okay with
the power of positivity this year.
I'm okay. I'm all right.
If they don't get a Bill O'Brien or they don't get a legitimate offensive coordinator next year, then there's a humongous issue. And Bill should really be on that hot seat.
Okay, so I'm going to ride the wave with you because we did speak about that with McDaniels leaving. We knew, but we assumed that they were going to bring some sort of offensive coach. They didn't do that. Whatever. In Bill we trust. Now, what they wanted to do, or what they did last year, or they did with the defense, 2 different coaches. In Bill we trust. This year, they're like, hey, 2 different offensive coordinators, supposedly, in Bill we trust. I think the first game was really, holy shit, what is going on? Simply because, and the professionals that see this, not us, are saying that they probably ran same couple of plays several times. That made me nervous. You know what really made me nervous, or actually pissed me off? I don't know if you remember this play as a strip fumble, right? Mac Jones calls for a motion. Typically, most quarterbacks, when they call a motion, is to identify what's the defense doing. Is it man? Is it zone? This guy, I forget who he motioned, moves from left to right. Safety drops down. There's not one point that he audible to the line to say, hey, cover that asshole. That part hurts me because that's the geeky football shit that I love.
That's the growing pains of Mac Jones running the offense.
But he's going to get killed.
Well, we've already seen it because he got hurt. Got hurt. And here's the thing. There were times I talked about it on Instagram Live. We talked last night with Gabe about it, and I talked about it in post-game when I was at the Brook Casino. And it seemed like a couple times where Mac Jones was on the line, calling audibles, looking like he's running the offense, right? And it's the growing pains of Kendrick Bourne. Let's bring out Kendrick Bourne for a second, right? That's a whole ordeal we can get into in a second. The fact of the matter is when he came out for his first snap, it sounded like the play call wasn't supposed to go to Kendrick Bourne. And Mac changed it on the line and throws it out there for a 41-yard grab.
Balls.
So but you're going to have a lot of mistakes like what you just mentioned for the strip sack, but then you're also going to have things like that to like, okay, he's going to grow and he's going to learn. That's what I like. We haven't seen each other in a couple months on here.
Right.
And I get inside information once in a while.
I know you do.
People talk.
Yep.
It's not Fort Knox there. And like I heard it back when OTA started. There was no offensive playbook until 2 weeks prior to OTAs.
Scary.
100%. Like, I get that. Okay, no worries. This team's going to figure it out. It's OTAs.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting told by other players on the team, I don't know about this coaching staff. I don't know. I feel bad for Mac Jones. I heard that from 4 different people.
That's tough.
I feel bad for Mac.
That's tough.
I look at it because I'm trying to stay positive. It's going to be okay.
Right.
Preseason comes, it literally came true. Like, you watch what they did against Carolina, you watch what they did against Las Vegas. They looked horrible.
Yeah.
It really looked like they had no play calling whatsoever. Nothing's been set up. So from May to all the way now into September, it seems like nothing has really changed in the coaching aspect of it, which is scary. And I'll give you that to be the realist of the season.
I appreciate you for that.
So I'll do that for the fans out there as well too.
Thank you.
But God damn it, when you look at the team that they have and the skill players that they have, and I was very down on the defense going into preseason. They look good. They look solid. The front 7 looks solid.
Definitely. I'll agree with you with that.
This team is better than the 2021 team, and I'm just seeing it, and they're way better than 2020.
Right.
So in 2020, if you're going 7-9 with a really bad Cam Newton was not a good quarterback, right? You finagle those wins. This team is going to find ways to win games this year. They will find ways to win games this year.
But for that to happen, it requires the rest of the league to remain level. The rest of the league looks like they're getting better.
They are. And let's talk about Buffalo Bills.
Yes.
The Buffalo Bills are starting to look like the prime New England Patriots, Cliff. Like, it's crazy that I'm saying that.
I can't believe. Yeah, thank you.
It's crazy
Holy
I'm saying
shit.
that because here's the thing. When I watch Thursday Night Football and it's the kickoff, I'm never picking the Bills ever. When it comes to gambling and stuff, I'm not picking them.
Time out.
Never. That's the one. Listen, last year
Regardless
I said
of the money.
okay, but last year, Cliff, I did say this.
Yep.
When Buffalo beat the Patriots, remember at Gillette, I said they own you. And then when they did it in the wild card, I'm like, they literally owned the Patriots.
Yes, you did.
I've admitted that.
Yeah.
I'll admit it when the time comes. So when I go into the season, all right, they lost Brian Daboll offense. Let's see what ends up happening. Josh Allen looks like a man possessed.
Yeah.
Josh Allen looks like a very more mobile quarterback than Tom Brady.
Yeah.
He literally looks like Tom Brady out there, like a young Tom Brady.
Yeah.
A man on a mission that actually backs it up, that gets those first downs.
And has that linebacker mentality. He's angry.
He's angry. And the team looks fantastic right now.
Yeah.
Right now. And why I say they look like the prime New England Patriots.
I'm going to give this guy a beer.
Like, they look like the prime New England Patriots. And here's the reason. Because we're going to talk about sports bets later. They're favored 10 points already at home. They're playing Monday Night Football against the Titans, the team they lost to last year. I know the Titans are not the same team. But they're already starting to get these heavy favorites.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. They were a favorite on the road against the defending Super Bowl champions. That's when you start seeing it, and you're like, this team is becoming a reality. They were the heavy favorite for the Super Bowl this year. So when you start seeing this and you watch them, wow. Now, here's the thing.
Okay.
Football changes month to month.
Oh, for sure. Week to week.
Week to week.
Yep.
And I'm glad the New England Patriots do have them in December on a Thursday Night Football game where both teams have one full week off, and we'll get there when we get there.
Okay.
Because a lot of things can change.
So we're looking for, hopefully, some more cohesive play on our end, maybe an injury or two over there.
And what I like about being a New England fan, and even though the New England Patriots dominated for 20 years, was the underdog mentality. They always were trying to find ways to be the underdog, right?
Yep.
The bulletin board material. The Patriots are literally the underdog. You don't expect them to go to a Super Bowl. You don't expect them to go to the AFC title game. I expect them to have an over 500 season. You cannot start going backwards. You got to keep going forwards, and they have a better team this year than last year and the year prior to that. So the way I look at the New England Patriots is this is a team that they're underdogs. You're not going to expect them to win. How excited were we when they won Monday Night Football up in Buffalo last year?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
How excited are you going to be when they win Thursday Night Football this year at home against Buffalo? The Patriots controlled the division last year. They still have the possibility of doing it this year.
In order for the Patriots to win that particular game, or any of those games for that matter, in my simple estimation, is this. A lot of things need to happen, and we're going to jump around. We're not going to stick to the script because you threw so many goodies
like weeks ago.
But you threw so many goodies out there, right?
It's been a while.
And I'm going to steal something that you said on 3 things that you want to see. I want to see Mac Jones take over by saying, I went with this play. It worked. What are you going to do? But the question I ask you is, would Bill actually bench him or penalize him?
No. Nope. So Bill has no say when it comes to the offense.
Okay.
I sticks with his defense. He was a defensive coordinator, defensive guru. He always had someone to carry the offense. I think I think having no titles, I know Patricia's the offensive coordinator, Joe, whatever it is, having no titles, Bill does not mind taking all the negativity. And that was my other thing that I had for what I'm looking for in the season.
Okay.
Is that Bill is willing to take all the negativity. He's used to it. He's used to taking all the fire shots from the media.
Yeah.
He don't care.
Yeah.
He don't care. So that's when I look at Mac Jones and you said it. I want to see Mac Jones just take over.
Yep.
Now, if Mac Jones goes out there and throws 3 interceptions in a game, and they're his mistakes, Bill's just going to say, yeah, well, we tried doing a tight window and, we tried our best. Like Bill's just going to take the blame for it. Mac's going to get no blame. That's good. They're committed to Mac Jones. The team is committed to Mac Jones. It's, hey, kid, this is going to be a growing pain season. Grow up. It's the NFL. Take your lumps. But we want you to run that team. And guess who ran their team? Their second year of the season got comfortable was Peyton Manning. It feels like almost. Now, I'm not saying Mac Jones is going to be Peyton Manning.
We understand
Mac Jones is going to be Mac Jones.
We understand that. Yep.
But it's just you need somebody that's going to go in there, understands the game. Mm-hmm. Mac comes from a winning culture down in Alabama, which is pretty much prepping you for the NFL.
Yep.
In your first year, you already went 10-7. You got a little playoff experience. You got a little something behind you, just like Josh Allen, I just explained it, how he's got fire. Mac has a little fire. The locker room where he has that picture from last year, losing,
yeah.
He has that fire. He knows the critics are out there talking about him, but the team will get better.
Well, okay, in order for the team to get better, the team needs good players, which they have.
They do.
Their number one receiver.
They can't be benching Kendrick Bourne.
That's insane.
Can
we talk about that, though?
Now, yeah, so this is being realistic.
All right, thank you.
It's insanity.
Yeah.
Kendrick Bourne,
Is Bill gonna do another Butler? Is this gonna be a repeat?
Now that they're trying to say that was Patricia was the one that benched him and wasn't Bill's decision.
Interesting.
And that Robert Kraft is seeing this, and Kraft is kind of stepping in.
What are your people telling you? I'm going to put the camera on him. What are your people telling you?
Well, my people are very upset about it. Because it's just like, all right, listen, Kendrick Bourne in the Carolina week went out there, threw a punch because he's protecting his buddy, as a teammate on the field.
Yep.
Okay. Then he obviously has some issues with equipment. Mm-hmm. He got benched that entire Carolina game, didn't suit up or anything. That's your suspension, your in-house suspension. Was not able to talk to the media until that Miami game afterwards. He served his suspension in-house. That's the way I looked at it, right? Now, Kendrick Bourne's a little tricky because when he comes here, and when he first came here last year, a person over in San Francisco, just keep an eye on what he does social media-wise. He's got a vlog on YouTube. He likes to post on social media a lot. And for us fans, we love it.
We love it.
Because it's getting an insight of a human being that's in the league.
We've been begging for it.
And that's what you want.
Right.
The Patriots still have the mindset that they run this team like they have Tom Brady. That it's Fort Knox. We don't want anything out there.
When will that change?
It has to change now. Robert Kraft at 80 years old is more with the times than Bill Belichick is.
Scary, isn't it?
It's scary.
Yeah.
Absolutely scary. Kraft knows what the youth wants and needs, and guess
100%.
what? At the end of the day, it's his team.
Yeah.
He don't give a fuck. It's his team.
You bring up a great point.
If something gets posted, if it's detrimental to Kendrick Bourne, they'll take care of it. We'll see it and say, what the fuck are you doing?
For sure.
But if it's just shits and giggles and funny, who gives a fuck? You have the Los Angeles Chargers out there on their social media swearing. It's just different times now.
It is different times.
Get up with the times, and you have this youth of Mac Jones, Kendrick Bourne, and some of these younger players. It's different breed nowadays.
Now, do you think that we all know that Kraft obviously has befriended a few individuals like Meek Mill, Jay-Z, and some other people where they actually sent him a car for his birthday. So there's a relationship there.
Yeah.
We also saw Cam Newton come in, and you and I both agreed it changed the culture.
It changed the culture so much that you see Mac Jones dancing around now. So
Right.
isn't it crazy spinning this on Cam
Talk to
Newton?
me.
Is that Cam Newton comes in and does his dancing? That's who he's been.
Correct.
That's just how he
It's
gets
not
warmed
a
up.
show.
And he's allowed to do that because
Right.
guess what? He backed up and won an
He's a
MVP.
winner.
And he's
Right.
here to Cam Newton will get more appreciated years later because he was here to be the bridge guy to get everything going.
I want to just make sure that we get our props for identifying that because I think he definitely changed it. Yeah, for sure.
100%. Cam Newton comes in, dances around, the media and fans
Yep.
racism straight up is shitting on him, saying like, why is this quarterback dancing? Why is he doing this? Why is he doing that? Even Scott Zolak.
Yep.
Sorry,
like,
you got in trouble for saying what you got to say.
Right.
But then all of a sudden, Mac Jones is doing it this year. Mm-hmm. Mac Jones did it last year.
And it's okay.
Him making fun of Cam. Now he's doing it the second year, and people love it.
Yep.
But Cam Newton was the one that kind of was saying it's okay.
Right.
Like Tom Brady even did it.
I'm kind of getting upset that this guy is standing up for things that I wanted to say. But shit, it's refreshing to see you see that, because I know if I say it, right, and we try to live in a realistic world, people going to say, "Oh, you're just an angry black guy."
I needed the show in 2020.
You were the angry black guy.
You know what I mean? I needed you in 2020 because I supported Cam Newton. I supported the team in 2020, and when he fumbled against Buffalo on the road, I said, "That's it. I'm done. This team is not going anywhere. Let's try to move on." Thank you, Cam. People spin it because Cam comes with a big fan base, right?
Yes, he does.
He comes with a fan base that's very vocal.
Yes, he does.
And it's like you can't go out there and be real about Cam's playing ability without getting shut down as well. But there were people from the start and from the get-go that want to tear Cam Newton down, not give him a chance. And that's the
100%.
point of going back and saying, why are fans got to be so negative? Be optimistic about your fucking football team.
Yeah,
be optimistic about your team that you're investing your time, your money, your energy to talk about them every single week.
It's kind of crazy. I love this first episode of us coming back.
Pent up.
Yes, we're not. Yes, because it's kind of, you're just putting some real shit out there, and I, being a black man, appreciate it, because you know what? We, for whatever reason, when we get to say, hey, this is how we feel, this is what we believe, it's okay that we celebrate and we dance, people are like, no, stick to football. You're not allowed to speak. You're not allowed to just dribble the ball and all of that. But yet, Mac Jones does it. And again, we talked about this on a few times in our last season, a couple episodes where we said, where did Mac Jones go?
Alabama.
Who are his buddies? Who is his friends? He naturally gravitates and has these friends. Hence, the real relationship and friendship with KB.
Yeah.
We saw them live enjoying themselves together at a barbecue. You see Mac Jones doing it, like my son's doing it. I got to learn that shit.
And again, going back now to Kendrick Bourne, it's like some things can be detrimental, like Devontae Parker signs. They meet with him down in, I think they met in Florida. Remember Parker signed, went from Miami to Boston to sign, comes back down to Miami to meet with these guys or whatever they were in Tampa. And there was a night where Mac Jones looked completely wasted and drunk. Right? We knew. And KB,
that's what he was holding someone's chain.
I posted it. I ripped it because I knew that's going to get taken down. Comments were like supporting it. Like that, he's just human. Right. Not drinking and driving. They're at a bar in a club somewhere. They're adults. They're adults enjoying their time, and that's how you build chemistry with your team.
That's it.
Couple beers, you drink together, couple shots of Henny, whatever it might be.
Whatever it is.
Right? He was on the brown liquor that night.
Oh yeah. We know about the brown.
But that's how you build a team. Yeah. Let me carry this conversation forward to going everywhere, right? Another thing is that was going to be ripped on that I talked about, and I'm kind of back and forth on, was why did the Patriots go down to Miami last Tuesday, spend a full week, the acclimation to weather? They played at that rinky-dink stadium. There was a soccer field. And,
that was fucking embarrassing.
You got the airplanes, and it's great content, right? Like, you're listening to Felger and Maz.
But it's embarrassing.
But it is. It is. But, and then they do the Las Vegas trip, and they're out there for a full week, which is, I've heard, I got stories on that one.
We'll talk later.
I got some bad stories on that one for the Patriots that are very negative, right? But I look at it at the end of the day is the last month, this team has spent a lot of time together on the road. Road warriors together. There's going to be a time later in this season where they're going to fly out to Arizona, and they have a Monday night football game. So they're going to fly probably a little early there to get adjusted to the West Coast time. They go from Arizona right to Las Vegas, and they have a game against the Raiders, Sunday night football. They have to come back after Sunday night football, and they're going to end up having a home game against the Cincinnati Bengals, who won the AFC title. So there's going to be, I don't mind them doing that road trip. I think that even in a loss that they just had against the Dolphins, it's something.
You think it just builds?
It's building something. I think Bill is actually doing the right thing by keeping this team together. I get the jokes, them having to go to practice, then get on the bus like it's high school.
High school, yeah.
Like with your pads on and you're sweaty, but that's how you build bonding moments. Is that going to piss some players off? Absolutely. Are there going to be players that go to the media and say, why the fuck am I doing this? Right? That's fine.
Yeah, for sure.
But there's going to be other players that are bonding because of that.
Yeah.
There's going to be other players that are going to rise up because of that.
So you're thinking long term, this is going to assist the team. This is really going to say, hey, you know what? This is not just about having a fancy facility. This is about loving the game, playing for your teammates, holding your teammates accountable, but at the same time having their backs.
This team has already faced adversity. Most of them that have been here, that were here last year. Mm-hmm. Again, they started the season 1-3 last year.
Facts.
With the Tom Brady game, the return game, who's coming off a Super Bowl championship, looming over their heads for that first month.
Yep.
You want to talk about September being an extension of the preseason, which we laugh at, and I laugh at it too. Trust me. I'm like, every game matters. Trust me. I get that. It held true last year because right after that game, they looked great. Yeah. They could have beat the Dallas Cowboys, but they went down to Houston. They looked sloppy that game. Adversity in the game. They came back. They win the game. You come back against the Cowboys and went to overtime. You lose that game. You go on a streak. The schedule opens up in favor for the New England Patriots. It's going to take some time, and that's why I say the landscape changes. I don't want to talk about after the bye yet.
No.
Anybody that talks about, we could do our record predictions, this and that. Well, yeah, they're going to lose 5 games after the bye. I don't care about the after the bye. That's December.
Let's
and
focus
things
here.
are going to completely change by December. Focus what you have in front of you over the next 8 weeks.
So let's do this. Let's do a little game recap, even though we kind of did. What were your thoughts from that particular game? What were your thoughts as far as, hey, you know what? This is what I saw. This is what I like. Yes, there were a few highlights there. We saw Kendrick. He came in, caught a 41-yard pass. That was good. But there was a lot of negative stuff. Let's give the people some good things to think about.
Always
to go
positive.
forward.
No, the Patriots come out, they get the ball first, they march right down the field. And then when you saw that as a fan, you're saying to yourself, this team actually looks decent. Who's actually calling the plays here? Because they look good. Interception in the end zone. There's nothing you can do about that.
Right.
Bounced off Parker's hands, interception. It is what it is.
Do you think he should have thrown that?
I'm not going to say yes or no to that.
Okay.
Not my decision.
Okay.
It's we talked about. We'll talk about it in a second.
Okay.
Let me talk about the rest of the game because I'll get off track.
Gotcha.
I didn't think it. All right. Whatever. I would say it's not a bad decision. You hold them to 3 points. The fumble 6 happens.
Yep.
Again, you say it was a mistake on maybe Mac Jones for his audible and or not calling an audible.
Yep.
All right. You live and learn. 10-0. That Waddle touchdown hurts.
It did.
I'm sitting there watching the game just like you guys.
Phillips gets hurt. Next play, bang.
In ballsy. 4th and 7.
Yeah.
They call it. They're like, let's do that.
Yep.
The defense was out there gassed. It's hot out there. They're in the sun, baking in the sun the entire time. I'm not trying to make excuses. But you're gassed.
It's the reality.
They're out there for like 75% of the snaps in that first half, right?
Mm-hmm.
That touchdown, I think, ended the game, essentially. But when you look at the second half, Cliff, it was 7-3. They only gave up 3 points in the second half. They really held Tyreek into check. He had 90 yards. They held him to under 100 yards.
It was kind of amazing that they did that.
For him, I said it in terms of betting, like Waddle or Tyreek, one of them was going to score, and it ended up happening.
Can't hold both.
But you held him to one thrown touchdown, couple field goals. Mm-hmm. Your defense looked good.
Yep.
They got pressure. Shout out Dietrich Wise.
Yep.
Dietrich Wise is the reason why he's now a team captain. Shout out to Dietrich for that.
He's put in that work.
Jawan Bentley get in there. Judon. It's great to see
It's
great to see that back now. We need to see the defense looks good.
Yeah.
The defense does look good. Mm-hmm. Offensive woes. But guess what? The Pats beat the Pats. And I said that, and fans lose their mind, but it's because of the turnovers.
Yeah.
Imagine you didn't have that Aguilar fumble. And obviously, Kendrick Bourne's upset because he's like, I should be fucking out there. He goes out there, and that's what I love about Kendrick Bourne. You go out there, you're pissed off, boom, 40-yard jolt to your offense. It's too little too late.
Keep him in the game. Keep him in the game.
It's
your boy Jonnu Smith, 2 catches. He did all right.
He actually had, I think, 3 catches. He had 4 targets, 3 catches, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But he looked good. It was a positive.
Yeah.
There was some positives on that offense. And their running game didn't look that half bad either. They looked like they ran hard. It looked like it. But there's some miscues, and yes, Monday morning quarterbacking it, the all-22, you start seeing it. Trent Brown kind of giving up on a couple plays. The offensive line looking a little shaky sometimes. There's nothing you can shit on it all you want. I'll chalk it up as These guys are out there. They're gassed.
They're gassed.
I saw a picture afterwards. Landon Roberts actually posted it because he's on the Miami Dolphins now. It was with Juwan Bentley, and Trent Brown was in the background. And you could see Trent Brown's undershirt soaked.
Really?
Like that glass on the table, if you just went like that,
Filling
would
it up
instantly.
Interesting.
I mean, it is what it is.
It's Miami.
It sucks that they cannot win down in Miami.
Yeah.
But guess what? You're going to get them later on in the season in December. I believe January, maybe the first week of January, you get them. So
and there's there's nothing you can do. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But okay, so let's move on. On to the next. Steelers. Did you watch any of the Steelers play games?
Yeah, went to overtime thriller.
That was
for
a
them.
nice game.
So, when it comes down to the Pittsburgh Steelers, Najee Harris is hurt.
Great running back.
But he's hurt.
Yep.
That's a positive for you.
He is going to play, though.
He's going to try to play.
Yeah.
This is going to be probably a decoy.
Okay.
He's got that Frantic. How do you say that? He's got that like an issue at the top of his foot. He's hurt. TJ Watt's out. You don't have TJ Watt for defense.
We're lucky. Thank God.
This is the way I'm looking at it. I actually had an Instagram live last night, and I talked with a Steelers fan because Gabe Pat's got a Steelers fan on there, and I said, all right, he's a big Mitch Trubisky fan. So I said, what's the leash on Mitch Trubisky? I mean, now he's 1-0. Like, they won the game. He said their bye week, I think, is week 9 or week 8. So they're going to get him all the way to the bye. Unless he has 3 straight bad games. This is Pittsburgh's home opener.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, the fans, they want Kenny Pickett.
Really?
So I'm looking at it in the sense of if you can attack Mitch Trubisky early and often, just like he did with Tua.
Yep.
They did that with Tua. If you can get a turnover early on in the game off of Mitch Trubisky, get that fan base out of the stadium.
Okay.
Because, Cliff, I've been to Pittsburgh twice. I would love to go to the game this week because the Pats are 0-1. They're 1-0. They're feeling it. It's black and yellow all over the place. It's their home opener. They're going to be shitting on all the fans. The fans are going to be loud. But if the Patriots can go on the road and get that fan base to turn on Mitch, their quarterback, early, that's going to benefit the New England Patriots. It's the mind games is how you end up beating the Pittsburgh Steelers.
This is my only issue with that, is there's a coach over there that's very familiar with what we do. Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of.
That same coach that you're about to talk about, Brian Flores, maybe it helps out Belichick. Maybe Belichick leaking that text message.
Talk a little more.
Maybe Belichick leaking that text message out there was a good thing, right? Brian Flores.
Explain. I know where you're going. The people might not know what you're talking about.
Well, here's the thing. Belichick knows that Brian Flores got absolutely porked down in Miami. And Belichick has his circles, and I'm sure he hears things.
Yep.
So with him talking about the Giants job and putting that onto Brian was his way of saying, run with it. Because Belichick doesn't care at the end of the day. Did anything negative ever happen to Bill? And if it did, it was behind closed doors. Nothing happened to him publicly.
Nope.
So in terms of Brian Flores, he went out there with his lawsuit and made the Miami Dolphins franchise look bad, especially with now how that happened and it turned into the whole Tom Brady going down there.
The whole thing's coming out.
And then they lose a draft pick because of it and this and that. He did Brian Flores kind of a favor to get back at Miami and stick it to him. Yeah, the Patriots didn't win last week. Brian Flores still has a job.
Yes, he does.
A guy like Mike Tomlin, who was a black coach, who was one of the better coaches in the NFL, he still has the job.
He should get some more props.
He looks out for someone like that that says, no, you deserve to stay in the NFL. I think anybody could agree Brian Flores should still be a head coach somewhere.
Agreed.
100%.
Agreed.
So I look at it as, yes, Brian Flores does know the Patriots defense a little well, but maybe Brian Flores takes his foot off the gas pedal a little bit. Reminds me of Bill Belichick going out to Detroit, and it's Matt Patricia's first game as a,
You're talking espionage, sir.
Matt Patricia's 0-2 or whatever it was, and the Pats lost that Sunday Night Football game because I went out there and they fucking sucked. And Matt Patricia gets one of his only wins as a head coach in Detroit.
You can't be saying these things out here.
Hey, you're going to mess up the product. It's the extension of the preseason.
I get it.
I'm not trying to throw games. You got to go out there and still play your game, but maybe you're not going as hard against the New England Patriots because you're 1-0 right now.
You won't put in that new wrinkle in this game.
We got TJ Watt's hurt. Najee's hurt. We got some issues going on.
Maybe you go base defense because TJ Watt is out.
Maybe you're trying to help out the Patriots a little bit.
Maybe.
That's why I'm not going into it and looking at it as Brian Flores' revenge game and Brian Flores.
There's no revenge.
There's no revenge. Zero. Not at all. Brian Flores already got that when he was in Miami, and he already faced the Patriots as a head coach. You already got that. Like,
I think it's done. I agree with you. So you know what? Moving forward, man, there's a lot of different things. I'm putting the camera on you, man, because you're taking a sip of your bud. Shout outs to them. But moving forward, what is it that you, sir, want to see? Because there's a lot of things that I want to see. And I'm going to leave the camera on you because I'm going to say one thing, and I just want to really see your reaction on said particular comment, if that is okay with you. Okay? You have a lot of faith in one, let's say, what's his name there? Mac Jones, right? Like, serious faith in Mac. I'm not going to lie to you, sir. I've had some issues with Mac because I'm saying he's falling backwards, sophomore jinx. But I also blame it because the coaches, or lack thereof, is not allowing him to grow. So I'm going to put up your 3 things that you want to see moving forward.
Yeah.
But I want you to explain those if you can.
Absolutely. So, again, we talked about this earlier on, but Mac Jones taking over the offense on his own. Mm-hmm. It's time to put on your big boy pants. Yeah, it sucks you don't have an offensive coordinator. You got Brian Hoyer there to back you up. Too many cooks in the kitchen for him. It was disgusting to see some of the tweets of, like, you got Joe Judge walking up to him, you got Patricia going up to him, you got too many people talking to you. Just time to take over.
Yeah.
Like, that's absolutely fine. And I think someone like Bill Belichick would respect Mac Jones to say, fuck that play call. I'm on the line. I'm going to change it up, and here's what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. He makes the mistake, which we'll get into the third one. It's fine. It's not going to be on Mac Jones. I think that if we could see a little bit more of Mac Jones running an offense and you give it a couple games, it's going to get this fan base excited. Look at someone like Tom Brady. Yes, Josh McDaniels a great offensive coordinator, right? But it was Tom Brady running an offense, right? He's shut down. You've seen them bashing each other and yelling at each other, right? Sometimes on the sideline. You got a guy like Peyton Manning that knew how to run his own offense, and he had help. You have somebody there.
Right.
You got people that look out for you for reasons of time management, maybe certain designs that they're not seeing on the field, and they're telling and talking to you in the headset. There's things. It's like I said, Mac Jones running the offense. I want to see more of it. I thought I saw a good amount week 1 against Miami. He made mistakes that you pointed it out.
Yep.
Learn from it. That's it.
Before I bring that list back up, do you think Mac Jones has the pedigree? Because you say Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning, he's a Manning.
Yeah.
Where the college that he came from, the program, what he did, does he have the pedigree to say, no, Bill, we're fucking doing this?
I would say not to Bill, but he has the pedigree to do it to a Matt Patricia and Joe Judge.
Got you.
Because I think that, again, Belichick's hands off when it comes to the offense.
So you truly believe that you guys do you till shit's the fan.
I'll take care of my special teams. I'll take care of my defense.
Okay.
Like I said, that they didn't look bad. Like the defense didn't look bad at all.
Okay.
And speaking of defense, the emergence of a true cornerback one. Who's going to be their true corner? It's iffy right now.
Yeah.
These young guys, I like a Jack Jones. Let's see what Marcus Jones can do. Jalen Mills.
Maybe it's a safety, bro. It could be a safety.
I think by December we'll know who's staying and who's going.
Yeah.
What they got to do, or like I said, next year you already know that your linebacking core, your edge, your front seven, they look great.
Yeah.
There really doesn't need to be much improvement as long as they can just stay healthy for the season. Do you go and make a trade next year? Do you go find that Brandon Brown or Darrelle Revis? Do you go out and sign somebody like a Talib, like when they did in the past, right? Yep. They'll take care of that in the offseason. But I think that they have enough young and hungry kids that say, hey, it's all up on you. Go out there and take it. So,
all right, I'm going to throw it back. Your last one.
Last one is Belichick takes all the negative responsibility. He's already doing that now. You don't have an offensive coordinator. You don't have a defensive coordinator. There's no coaching titles. You're already talking about Mac Jones. Mac Jones makes mistakes. Guess who's going to get the blame? Bill Belichick will just hear about it. It's all going to fall on Bill at the end of the day, and Bill's just going to go up there at the podium and be like, yeah, well, we went out there and did our thing for 60 minutes, and we looked good, and we're just going to be on to Pittsburgh. Like, that's all you're going to get out of Bill Belichick.
Okay.
You're not going to get much out of him. He's not going to tell you anything. He loves it. I'm sure he loves it.
Yeah.
And it's great because, hey, kid, it's your second year. There's going to be a lot of pressure because of where you are.
Right.
New England and the media market. Don't worry. Right. Just go do your thing. We support you. I also think underlying for this one, Cliff.
Okay.
A big deal for Mac Jones this year is going to be getting an extension this offseason.
Whoa, wait a minute.
So
is he allowed to?
Yes. So after 2 years on your rookie deal, you can get an extension.
As a first rounder, you still can? Is it smart of the Patriots to do this?
Yeah, I'd say lock him up.
Yeah.
Like you got you get 5 years out of him, so you're already in year 2. There's 3 years left. That guy wants to get paid. Like, he wants some guaranteed money behind him.
Yep.
I think Mac Jones doesn't need that humongous payday like all these other quarterbacks are getting. Look at the way they advertise no bull everywhere. They do anything.
They are going hard on that.
They go very hard on that.
Yeah.
I think it's their way of saying, like, we're trying to get some extra money into your pocket and your side business that you're in.
Yep.
But also anything you need, we're here to advertise. I think that's also the Patriots opening up.
Yeah.
Saying, like, we didn't do this for Tom. We're going to do this
Just
shit for you. So I also look at it, Mac Jones, of saying, because, listen, it's a business. Like, if Mac Jones himself goes out there and has a terrible year, it's just going to hurt you long term of signing an extension here. And Bill's going to groom the next guy. Like,
right.
Bill's going to have it's not Bailey Zappi, but it's going to be somebody.
So do you do it this year or the end of next? Or
Depends
the beginning
on how
of
the
next?
season goes. It all depends on how the season goes. That's why I'm just saying, keep in the back of your mind on how he plays.
Okay.
I mean, if this guy gets you another 10 wins, right?
Yep.
I think you'll be happy.
You lock it in.
Because you're trying to be that realist,
Yep.
right? Of they're only an 8-win team. You'll be happy.
Yep.
Yeah, sign this kid long term. We want to stick with somebody long term. Also, you've talked about how Mac is able to with the chemistry of the players around the league already, right?
Yep.
Right? People like Mac Jones. Players like Mac Jones.
You're buying marketing.
If you keep Mac Jones and say he's here for 6 years, you know what you're walking into in New England at least.
Yeah.
It seems like the last couple years it was question mark. Well, who the hell is your quarterback? Is it Cam Newton? Is
Right.
it Jarrett Stidham?
Right.
Like, is it going to be Mac Jones? Like, last year they didn't even know who they had as quarterback.
Right.
It's
That's a
Mac
fact.
Jones. This offseason was like, hey, we have Mac
This
Jones.
is who we're
Devontae
going
Parker,
with.
do you want to sign here? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll come here. Yeah. Like, you might start getting people that want to play where Belichick's on his way out, but they have a young kid that works hard and has that leadership. That's another thing is leadership, too. I want to see a lot more leadership by Mac Jones.
I think we need that, especially if Mac Jones can bring that to the table, simply because that's what Brady did. People are like, oh, I like Brady.
I'll give one major negative to Mac Jones, and it's that the fact that he didn't talk to the media after that loss to Miami.
We know how you like. He's kind of he's soft.
He's soft.
But this is my problem.
He got a lot better. Like, people noticed
from year one, for sure.
Yeah, but even on Instagram, like, people have noticed, like, his press conferences that he's had been a lot better than what they were last year, right?
Yep.
So I just feel that he's hurt, right? He's limping. They probably got to give him a cortisone shot.
Yep.
They probably have to put him on Tridol or whatever, right?
Tridol.
Yeah. So I just think that he should have been able to speak with the media really quick.
100%. That's part of being a leader, right?
It's part of the game.
Yeah, for sure.
No one's telling you to wear a neck brace in post game. Just go out there, take a couple questions, and then that's it. Because not doing that is really worrisome. I don't like that. I hate that.
I hate that as well. And we spoke about that too, where we kind of just say, hey, man, grab your balls.
Yeah.
You're the quarterback.
Yeah.
Let me give you my 3. I'll make it real quick. I want Belichick to kind of stop being a hypocrite. There's certain things that he was saying that didn't matter, but yet we're worried about moral victories like yards. And this is not coming from me. I'm listening to the radios. I'm driving around from work to work, job to job. And they brought that up. And I was like, wow, our coach said that shit? That was a little weird, right? That's 1. 2, dear coach, there are other universities outside of Rutgers. I promise you, you can go elsewhere. I really promise you. Where did Troy Brown come from? Didn't he come from a little unknown college? Wasn't even a university? D3, something like that. Why are we not doing that anymore? Why? That's what I want to see change. And my 3rd one, we just spoke about it. Allow players to be more than just players. It helps us out. It allows us to maybe get an interview. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Guess what, New England Patriots? It probably allows you to get more marketing, more eyes on you. So it's not specific to just one superstar. It allows you to just kind of just say, hey, you know what? This kid is cool. I'm going to follow him. People buy into people's character.
Yeah, I don't know who the hell's... Like even you might have saw it. I talk about their Patriots social media. Awful. Like I'm coming home and they're posting about the Connecticut Sun and no offense to the WNBA, but this is the NFL. It's week 1 and you're losing 17-0 and you're posting about the Connecticut Sun during the middle of the game. Like why not just post that early in the morning before the game started?
Yeah.
Like just little shit like that. Or they're bringing out like TikTokers and the influencers out there to try to help them out, but they're doing these like skits. I've been watching them. They make the team look bad.
You already have what you need. You have the players. Come on.
I know they need, and like I like that. Just let the players be who they are. Let them be out there, and that's you love football for what it is. But it's all the extra stuff that comes on during the week, letting these guys be who they are.
Yeah,
like even seeing Josh Allen's like that too. Josh Allen's outside the box.
Yes, he is. Yes,
and he goes out there and plays. Like
yes, he does.
That's the thing that bothers me about the Patriots is how they run in their operation like that.
Yeah, I
stop hiding. Stop hiding.
I like that.
Just stop.
Why do you think they are hiding? Why? What is there to hide? Why
maybe it's crumbling inside? Like maybe there's more issues on the inside.
But they've always been hiding. Like it's okay to just admit that you don't have all the answers. It's okay to just say, "Hey, bad season," because you know what? Then the fans actually can back you up.
When you went and said Bill Belichick about being a hypocrite, it reminded me of Teddy Brewski, seeing him at that event a couple weeks ago.
Talk to me about that.
It was an awesome event. And what's nice about seeing Brew was I haven't seen him since prior to COVID, like in person. So it was nice. Comes up, we talk, catch up. How's life? And he's like, how do you feel about the team this year? And, you know, I'm just like, well, it's going to be a little tough. I said, I did think they could pull off 10 wins. But at the same time, you know, I just hope that we don't have a bad season because it sucks running an account. It's going to suck if they have a bad season. He kept it real. It sucks. I keep it real with Brew.
Yeah.
And that was off the comments about the extension of the preseason the same day, right? This was when they just got back from Las Vegas. And Brewski mentioned it, goes, I don't know what's with Belichick. Like, Brewski saying it. Like, I don't know.
And it's not just you and I. This is like someone
coming from somebody that has won 3 championships.
Yes.
That's not been to just 3 Super Bowls. He's been to 5 Super Bowls with that fucking franchise.
Right.
That has seen Belichick inside and out and been there.
And he wasn't like a bench player.
No.
Like he was legit.
Here.
Yes.
And he's on ESPN every week trying to defend the wall. And he's even seeing it and saying, what the hell is going on with this team?
That's all I'm asking for.
And that's it.
Be honest.
Yeah.
It threw me off, like just to hear that. I was like, "Wait a minute!" It's like,
but that's why
these moral victories.
He's part of the media now, so he can be honest and real. But as a fan, it's different. You got to support your team no matter what. That was my whole thing at the start of this. All right,
okay.
I know that was about to twist my words.
I was waiting.
About hypocrites.
I was going to chop that up tonight.
Babs is always a hypocrite. So
I was going to chop that up tonight in some edits, but it's all right. But it just threw me off. Like I'm not going to lie to you. Like it was a little different. It was just a little strange.
I have a story about Las Vegas. I need to say it.
I want to hear stories, man. The camera's on you.
All right, so here's the story. This is how I get in trouble.
No, wait a minute. Wait.
I have to think in my head
slow
about
down.
this story.
Slow down.
Breathe.
Slow down. Yes.
Because I don't think I told you the story. Because we only met once, like, and I we only had a little time together. And I'm not going to say players' names.
No need.
So that's the thing. When I put stuff out there, you can't say people's names.
No, that's
Who's
stupid.
your source, Babs? Well, let me just say.
Can we just say that? Can we just say that? If you speak to me or speak to him, we're not going to say
who it is.
Like, what do we like? Yeah. We actually want you to continue to tell us things.
Teddy Brewski, it's different. It's like, all right, he didn't say anything bad. It was an
opinion.
It's an opinion that's
a factual opinion.
We're in public. All right. Long story short, because I don't want to get in too much details about this.
We don't want you to get in trouble.
But when I was in Las Vegas, I sneakily was able to get up to an area where the Patriots were post-game visiting, right? So, like, it's family, it's friends, and this and that. So I was able to get into that area, and if people follow me, you don't have your phone. Like, you're in an area that you're not supposed to be in. Not naming names here.
Okay.
But you people watch.
Okay.
Me and John was out there.
Shouts to John.
John had a great time.
Shouts to John.
Kendrick Bourne.
Yep.
Being real who he is, Kendrick Bourne signing the jersey.
I like exactly my
that's
point.
Like he was being real.
Yes.
So anyways, your people watching, and there was a player that I'm not going to say the name, but there was a player talking to a couple women.
Okay.
Right? And these women didn't look like they were family. They were acquaintances. And you see it, and guess, it is what it is. It's not my business.
Are you saying side pieces?
It's not my... Did not say that, Cliff.
Okay.
And they were given, a little gift from said player. And as we were leaving, because we're just everyone's gone.
Yes, time to go.
We're walking, and John actually takes his shirt off. Cali boy, it's hot outside. You don't care.
Yep.
And the girls start talking to John, so they're talking, and he was like, "Oh, like you know them?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I know so and so." Right. Here's the juicy part of the story. I know so and so. They comped us rooms at the Aria this week, so. It was someone's birthday.
Yep.
I guess it was Jonnu Smith's birthday. Jonnu Smith was not the player, by the way, and I'll put that out there.
Yeah, please.
But it was Jonnu Smith's birthday on Monday, I believe, and they had rooms comped at the Aria for the entire week.
Interesting.
These people, right? These friends. Individuals, these friends or acquaintances.
Yes.
So they went their way, and they told us, and they said, we'll be back in December. That's what they said.
Ooh.
So it made me think, and John, and we're talking with each other. It made me think about that Vegas trip. Was it really for business, or was it for pleasure? How much control does Belichick truly have on the team? Like John saying, what's their curfew? Do they have a curfew? Like who's allowed to go out and who's supposed to stay in?
I see.
So, like, I don't care. I don't care what people do in their off time.
It's your business.
It's your business,
That's right?
It's your business.
That's right.
You have to show up and show up, though.
Right.
Because when it's your job...
You need to do your job.
And they didn't show up that week.
Yeah.
Because I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yep.
They had their worst practice of the preseason, and Wednesday it wasn't so great. And then you start piecing that on Friday night when you hear this, and you're like... Were these guys just out there partying?
And
it makes me worried because if you're doing this now,
you're going to do it again
in December when you're out there for a full week, and that's a little worrisome.
It is. It is a little.
And it's not just the New England Patriots now.
There's players.
Other teams could be doing this as well too. Now, this said player again. There's no name out there. I saw it with my own eyes, and John's a witness. So, like that's all I care about. But it's just. It made me interested because it's like, is Bill really losing the grasp of a team? Like, how much control does he have over these guys? Hey, you let players be players. They just did, and they went out and did their own thing. I don't know. It felt, hearing it and seeing it, and even John seeing it, and I'm telling him about how piecing it together. It was just interesting.
Are these TMZ
Babs?
Is this player or players?
Why the fucking?
Are they young?
I'm not saying any more than this.
Fair enough.
Sorry. So,
fair enough.
I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to get better. That's it.
And you know what? That's fine. I kind of have a feeling.
I was saving this for the Boston Power Hour like 3 weeks ago.
No, but it
would have been better if we talked about it.
No, this is good because people are going to look back and say, "Oh, maybe if they paid attention back then."
Now, I got another thing about that week because I want to keep talking about Vegas.
Let's go.
So this came from dropped in my lap from a legitimate media member out there that is not in the Boston area, but it came from a legitimate media member.
I like it.
And they said that, quote, the New England Patriots, so he gets this from the Las Vegas Raiders because he's talking to them out there because a lot of the staff is from the Patriots on the Raiders, that the Patriots looked like a, quote, clusterfuck.
Holy shit.
On offense, and that they have no idea what they're doing. So you're hearing this now from a legitimate media member. And again, this is why...
When did you get this?
I got this when I was out in Vegas.
Oh, my God.
You want to talk about being negative?
Yeah.
I post a lot of negative stuff, but I post what I hear.
How did you feel when you got that? Were you like, oh, they're just fucking hating? Be honest.
I got that, and I got that and said, if everything keeps adding up, because it's like, you hear... Because I'm hearing things from 10 different ways.
Right.
I'd never... get that 10 different ways,
and
it all kind of blends in.
Oh my God.
From May where it was like, hey, there's no playbook.
Yeah.
Then it's like you see what happens in the preseason. I feel bad for Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Then you get another thing that says, yeah, they're a clusterfuck on that offense. And it's not the Raiders staff being salty. They're looking at it, and they look terrible on that Friday. They look terrible. Stidham looked fantastic.
We'll talk about that another time.
Yeah, I know.
But let me ask you a question, though.
None of this comes from Jarrett, by the way. I'll be completely upfront about that. He tells me zero. I just support him. I wish he had a fucking chance here. and he has a chance out in Las Vegas. So I need
Shout outs to him.
Need to put that out now because people will start putting connections in, and it literally nothing comes from it.
Stidham needs to stay ready. But I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Because we had something similar to this. Not in this sport. Baseball, chicken and beer. Are we dealing with the same thing? Shout outs to Dito, by the way, who was in the check-in.
No. I mean, it just feels... I think it's just me because I'm being a homer and being optimistic. This team will be fine. This team will be fine, right?
Yeah.
When you got a guy like Teddy Brewski saying, like, oh, Bill's comments are, like, not Bill, right?
Right.
Bill hiring his friends, like, and getting Patricia.
What's going on?
What's going on? Is this guy just riding it out at this point?
Right.
To just get his wins and then cash out and say, see you later?
Yeah.
And I hope it doesn't get to that point. Bill's here to win football games. He's here to put a team out there. He's getting paid to do that. But when you start seeing these other things like, frustration from Kendrick Bourne, which we've all seen. So there's obviously something on there.
Yep.
Going to Las Vegas and hearing that people are getting comped a full week in the Aria.
Shit.
Like,
those are
cousins.
cousins.
You hear these things.
Those are cousins, okay? Cousins get, they get hookups.
They were not family, so.
Oh boy! See,
I said that. I said it was.
I was trying to help.
No, I understand. It's just how much of a hold does he have on the team? Because guess what, the Patriots locker room was completely lost last season after the bye week.
Right.
After that Colts game.
Yeah.
There was something going on. It was out with the old, in with the new.
Yep.
So like a lot of these guys, like the Hyde Towers or J.C. Jackson, the team gave up at the end.
They moved on.
They gave up at the end. And look at the team this year in the preseason, kind of fighting with each other.
Yeah.
A guy like David Andrews, who cares? Like he cares. He's fighting with some of the players on his own. Like you're trying to build a team chemistry.
Don't waste my time. I'm pretty sure that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at these standings, man. Where do we stand? Where are we? We know where we stand in our
New England
minds.
is such in the basement they can barely make it on the screen right here. They're all the way at the bottom.
Yeah,
right?
sorry,
but it's fine. I like doing this. We did this a lot last year, Cliff. We get to go over the schedule every single week.
Yep.
New England's in the doghouse. Guess what? They were there last year going into week 2. They were at the same exact spot. Like they're down there. Laugh at it. Take your screenshots, right? The New York Jets are ahead of the New England Patriots. Like, things can change.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a long season, but this is where it's shaping up right now. Just going down, like, the top teams right now, I think Miami Tyreek looks great.
Tua sucks. I just want to say that. Tua's not a good quarterback.
Tua's not a good quarterback.
He's not a smart quarterback at all.
I don't like Mike McDaniel still as the coach. He's a fucking goofball. You hear the things he says.
He's not football. He just doesn't feel football.
He's a
nerd.
Player's coach, but he's not a coach.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
The LA Chargers, I saw some of that Vegas Raiders game. They look good. I think Carr made more mistakes. Carr threw 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
I think and that was their first time as the offense together.
Which
I saw
is
a stat from Colin Cowherd. It was, I think, quarterbacks that didn't play in the preseason at all, they went 3-8 to start week 1. So obviously,
you got to practice.
Little correlation.
You got to practice. You got to practice.
No, you can't go over the overreactions. I will say Baltimore looked good.
Yeah.
Baltimore, Lamar. I'm surprised.
I really hope. I really hope that he gets this money.
He deserves it. If Kyler Murray
Kyler Murray doesn't deserve what he.
No, but if Kyler Murray's getting it,
Lamar should definitely get it.
Absolutely.
For sure.
And bringing it back up, Buffalo and Kansas City are true. Yep. They are the 1 and 2. I don't care what this is right now, but they are the 1 and 2 in the AFC. It could be an AFC title match coming up with them, but and again, it's a long season. Cleveland to go 1-0 without Deshaun Watson. That was a hard, gritty game against Carolina.
Yep.
Good for Jacoby Brissett. I'll root
Shout
for him
outs to Jacoby
as an individual.
Hell yeah.
But
he's a good guy here, though.
He's a good guy here.
Yeah.
The Wolf Pack.
Yep.
Like, I support it.
Yep.
And if Cleveland, I think Deshaun doesn't come back till week 13.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's 12 weeks.
Oh, because 12
weeks, right? They have a bye or whatever it is. As long as they can go 500 football, they're in good shape to make a wild card push at the very end.
I actually kind of want to see that. It would be interesting.
Yeah.
For football.
And lastly, too, looking at this, the Denver Broncos, they look overrated.
Yo.
They look bad on Monday Night Football.
Their coach sucks.
I hate that he called those timeouts at the very end.
Fucking idiot.
I hate that.
Those are the things we better never go through that. No. Ever.
You should be fortunate to what you have.
Yes.
I'll deal with what we have now. I don't want to deal with that.
Facts.
Jacksonville Jaguars didn't actually look that terrible.
Yeah.
I'm only saying that because I have Trevor Lawrence as my quarterback this year.
You really did that. Why?
Because we're in Superflex League, and I waited forever for quarterbacks.
Okay.
I have Mac Jones, too.
Okay,
so
of course you do.
But also, Indianapolis, they tied.
Yeah. Matty Ice. What the
He's done. He's done.
You think he's done?
He does not look good.
That's too bad. I really thought I honestly
Literally,
thought there was going to...
is where you go to die. Like, that's where your career is going to die right now. Like, that's what it's turning into be.
I thought it was the Jets.
But that's good to see what the so you look at the team like Indianapolis. Yeah. I don't see them getting any better than what they were.
No,
right? That was a huge win for Houston.
Yeah, it was
huge tie.
But you know what? Their quarterback's not too bad.
He's not too bad. But you look at the Colts game. You get the Colts before the bye week.
Yeah.
Do the Colts look that scary anymore to you?
No.
You got a beef up front 7 now to take care of Jonathan Taylor.
We're going after him.
Of Michael Pittman. I think they can win that game.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Give some time. Give some time in these.
I'm going to give you props on that because I remember we fought about that.
Yeah, the Colts game, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we did.
I said, like, they could string off 7 wins. And you're like, well, that Colts game's going to be tough, and it could be flip-flops. I said, I understand that.
You did.
But you look at the team that they have right now.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Give it a couple more weeks.
Random question. There was a throw that Mac Jones did not make. We were told that he was working with the trainer. His arm didn't look like it got any stronger over the season, man.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen like real improvements from Mac Jones.
Me neither.
I think it's just more like he's working with him,
which is good.
House,
yep.
But like, I don't know. I didn't really see any of that. Like, there was a couple balls. Like, I see it all over Twitter. Like,
right.
Guys posting like the all 22 or like different throws. Some throws didn't look great.
Yeah.
I think Greg Bedard is like one of the most negative people.
Yeah.
Because he's the realist.
That's my guy. That's my guy.
Real, right?
Yeah, I love Greg.
You like the realist.
Yeah.
He's been hitting it on the head like this entire last 2.5 months, where he even said, going into the preseason, you usually see a difference from day 1 to the last day, and there was no difference in Mac Jones. Didn't look like he got any better. He just kind of looks at the same. Mm-hmm. So that is a little worrisome.
Makes me nervous.
As long as you win football games, we're not going out there saying Mac Jones is going to throw 40 touchdowns, 35 touchdowns. Last year he went 22-12 or whatever it was, 22-13. Like, if he can get it up to 28, I'd be happy. Try to lessen those interceptions, but just play smart football.
Are you confident with letting him run a shotgun with the 2-minute offense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think he's better that way.
Yeah.
He's suited better that way.
I like to want to see more no-huddle offense from
Yeah, because you know what? Let's be realistic, right? Again, which is what I try to do. He's playing in the NFL, but he's not really NFL ready yet, right? Because he's not seeing a lot of things yet. Mac Jones makes great throws when he has protection, a little bit of time, and he's able to decide. He's able to break the field down and see it.
Yeah.
But when he has to rush and throw off the back, as soon as he's throwing off the back foot, I'm like, oh,
there was
shit.
that one, I might have been 3rd down, where he tried running through, like there was a hole that opened up, but he didn't have to do that.
Nope.
And it just collapsed on him. He ended up getting like a 3-yard gain maybe off of it, but it did nothing for him.
Nothing.
There was no real pocket awareness. Like, really.
I feel like and that's the one thing, again, people are going to hate me for saying this, that I loved about Brady is the footwork. Footwork is so key in allowing your linemen to just buy a little time and just moving and sliding in the pocket. I haven't seen that yet.
It makes me more pissed off that they still never fucking played Mac Jones in the first preseason game.
Yeah.
Like,
you
need every
single.
This was literally his 3rd game.
Yep.
So like again, it's early. It's early, but it's like your 3rd live action game. It could have been your 4th one.
For sure.
It does make a difference.
For sure. So let's talk about around the league, if you don't mind.
Yeah, around the league, like I said earlier, Buffalo Bills. They look legitimate. They look legitimate.
Yo, did Von Miller find the Ponce de Leon fountain of youth? Because he looks fast.
I'm give him some credit, but I think it was the left or right tackle for the Rams is hurt, so he's out.
Okay.
So he took advantage of it. But I mean, great for Von Miller.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not gonna completely shit on him. I think Stafford is actually hurt. I think
I heard that they were saying that
Stafford did not look that great.
Horrible. I thought he looked horrible.
Other things around the league. I mean, we kind of went through it already with the standings. Tom Brady wins another Week 1 opener for him on Sunday Night Football. Dak Prescott hurt. The Cowboys are done. The Cowboys are done.
That's so crazy.
They're done.
Let me ask you, why not holler at Jimmy G? Even though we know Trimmy G has a no-trade clause.
I think Trey Lance is not going to be starting in a couple weeks either.
Really?
I think he's legitimately the insurance policy for. And here's another thing too, like you get Jimmy G, and Jimmy has a no trade clause now.
Yes, that's right.
What's he gonna be like? I don't want to play for 6 weeks and that's it.
Yeah, you know what?
Team.
Jimmy's doing this. He's like, you're not trading me anywhere.
No.
You guys are gonna fight for me so I can get a nice, comfy contract again.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
Like,
smart move. $6 million doesn't hurt him. No trade
I
clause.
take nothing out of that Niners-Bears game because the weather was crazy.
Trash.
Sloppy, right?
Oh,
Trash.
my God.
In terms of Cincinnati Bengals, maybe a little Super Bowl hangover for them.
Yep.
I mean, they were
beautiful comeback though by them. The character. It shows character.
What did they go last year? 11 wins? Were they 11 wins?
I think so.
Or so it's just like they had to fight tooth and nail last year to get to where they are, and they went on a magical Cinderella run. But people like Joe Burrow. I mean, we supported it last year.
I like Burrow. He's a good quarterback.
Trying to think on top of my head for other things around the league. I mean, the Saints. Saints are going to be a fun team to watch. Jameis Winston.
I want him to succeed.
Want him to succeed.
Yeah.
I thought it was an interesting matchup between Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota the first time that they met each other in the NFL.
Yep.
And they both went 1-2 back, I think it was 2015. So it's been a long time coming. They're on two different teams now. The Saints will be a fun team to root for now. For those out there with fantasy football, Taysom Hill was a gadget guy out there. You got Michael Thomas.
Yep. Two touchdowns.
Who looked good and just back into like what he was.
Yep.
So I'm kind of rooting for them in that division to make it interesting, and they have Tampa Bay this upcoming week. So I think it'll be an interesting matchup. In Kansas City, Pat Mahomes, 5 touchdowns. Like I said this in the preseason, and the two guys that played in the preseason looked fantastic was Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes. They did not skip a beat at all, and they showed it.
They did show it.
Week.
That dude is he's a problem.
And lastly, around the NFL, Geno Smith. They wrote me off, but I didn't write back. What a fucking quote that was.
Shit.
That was chills. That was chills. He killed it in that first half.
He's fucking amazing.
It was awesome.
He loves the game.
Yeah.
He stuck around. He got his chance. Sucks for Russell Wilson. And it kind of sucks that the other coach is a fucking idiot. But
good for Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
Because Pete Carroll stuck with Geno. Said, well, this is what we're sticking with.
Good point.
Like, they have Drew Lock, which they got in the trade. They have Jacob Eason. I like Jacob Eason, young kid. I like him. But they stuck with Geno. We're going to ride with you. They probably wanted Jimmy Garoppolo originally. Didn't work out. And I think that a win like that builds the chemistry around that team. Because they're underdogs. I think they were projected to have like 6 wins this year.
Yeah.
5 wins.
Yeah.
So
it was good just to see that happen.
Good to see that happen.
Do you think the defense is official, or do you think that that Denver was just extremely rusty?
I think it's the rustiness of Denver.
Me too.
A bit too.
Me too. That's
Jamal
all right.
Adams, I believe, is out for the season now. So
really?
Yep.
Yikes.
And speaking of Adams, Devontae Adams,
great.
Las Vegas.
Talk about that.
We got to do a weekly Las Vegas report.
That's what I want.
I like the Las Vegas report.
Yeah, because you know what? A lot of people were hating on you and talking shit, right?
Yeah.
And dear ladies and gentlemen, Josh McDaniels, right, got his quarterback as a backup because he saw value.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I got crapped on for the Stidham thing. Listen, because we haven't seen each other for so long.
Yep.
Crazy month of August, and I think that's what kind of pushed us back. Is like I went all the way out to Canton, Ohio for the Hall of Fame game.
You did a lot of things.
I'm supporting a guy that I supported while he was here. He's obviously going to get playing time in the preseason. Flew out to Las Vegas for the Patriots. He did well. He went 4-0. He didn't throw a touchdown, but he had 2 rushing touchdowns. Yep. Didn't have a turnover. And guess what? He had 12 or 13 drives in total in the preseason. 8 of them were scoring drives.
Yep.
Like, that's all that matters. You move the ball. And fans are saying this. Now, I'm telling Stidham, I'm like, dude, you're making me read Raiders news, which is crazy, but I'm keeping up with it. Now, Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders, they lose their first game. It's the first time that they're together. I got Dan Jolly telling me they abandoned the run after halftime. They're trying to throw the ball and force it.
Yep.
Carr is still trying to learn the system.
Yep.
Like, that's what Stidham's there for. It's the McDaniel system. We saw it all preseason.
Yes, we did.
It literally looked like you were watching the New England Patriots.
It's pretty. It's pretty over there, man.
But once that offense can figure it out and give them some time, they're going to look good. And they have Arizona coming up week 2.
Yep.
I think they're going to steamroll
Arizona. Yeah, Arizona's hurting.
Las Vegas Raiders, you lose your first game. Are the Chargers that good? Maybe. The Raiders offense never played a single snap, the starting offense for the entire preseason. That just goes to show you. It means something, right?
Now, real quick, I just want to ask that as you take care of that right there on your phone. So you were out there. You was watching the Raiders. Raiders doing their thing. Obviously, we got the notes with, Bill Belichick saying how he loves the facility. Is the facility that nice?
So it's out, I think, in Henderson. So it's like on the line out there. I didn't see it. The facility, the training facility.
The training facility.
But I've heard great things about it.
Really?
I've heard it from everybody. It's
Everyone
amazing.
was saying it.
Seeing the pictures and stuff, it looks awesome. They're hosting the Super Bowl there next year. So, that's going to be a great facility.
You want to tell everyone what you told me, what your thoughts are for next year's Super Bowl, or should we wait?
Oh, Raiders. What, next year?
Yeah.
Well, I think the Raiders are going to make the Super Bowl.
For next year, I'm talking about. And who else is going to be there? Oh, you forgot. You were telling me you think the Patriots are going to be there.
Well, the Patriots can't play the Raiders in the Super Bowl.
No, but you said that the Patriots would go into their home.
Oh, yeah. That's what I said. I say a lot of things.
It's all right. Talk about it.
The Patriots can go back to Las Vegas. They'll be there for the Super Bowl next year. That's what I said.
Yeah, and I was like, this guy.
They might. I mean, next year Super Bowl. I look at a Super Bowl bust. It's your third year now with Mac Jones. Like you'll see what ends up happening.
Yep.
But back on the Las Vegas Raiders facility. Stadium's really nice. Mm-hmm. John's in my ear chirping, saying that Los Angeles is way better. But it's like they also spent twice the money for Los Angeles.
They sure did.
It's a nice facility. We got there, opened up 3 hours before kickoff. I never go in early. There's no tailgating over there. It's no lots. They make it part of the casino. That's why.
Really?
Well, they want to gamble.
So you get it's in and out.
Go there. We stayed at the Mandalay Bay. It was awesome. It was cool seeing it. A little recon mission for. I'm be out there in December.
I'll be there.
I might go to Las Vegas in November when the Pats are on the bye week. I might just go out there and go catch a game. So
really.
I might. I got the okay from Michelle. She's
you let me know. Maybe Jen will let me go. She's watching.
We'll see what happens. I'm not committed.
Okay.
Things change every week.
That's right.
But it's an interesting place out there. Pats fans are gonna have a great time in December. Mm-hmm. But the team. What I really saw, and we'll end this for the Las Vegas talk, is when I was out in Canton. And, you get to see things you don't see on TV, and you kind of watch them. Derek Carr is a leader of that team. That team is bought into Derek Carr.
Give me more information. What do you mean?
Well, you see things of him in the middle. Everyone goes around the starting quarterback, but he leads them. He's on the sideline getting excited. He's the first one on that field to congratulate somebody. That's in the preseason. That's the Hall of Fame
That's
game.
awesome.
So that's what I saw from someone like Derek Carr. I got to meet Derek Carr for 10 seconds.
Really?
That was awesome.
Okay.
I got that little selfie with him, and it's just timing.
Yeah. As with everything, right?
Just standing there. I was like, hey, Derek, and he could have been much nicer. Now, Derek Carr throws 3 interceptions. I seen stats. I think he's had 12 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 7 fumbles in the last X amount of games, right? Yeah, I get it. But Derek Carr has the weapons around him. This is it. This is their short window with Derek Carr.
Okay.
I seen some people on Twitter, obviously the couch coaches, saying that Jarrett Stidham, imagine if he had the starting offense and had the McDaniels thing. Keep an eye on that. You're a producer. You like to, you're in the production.
Let that story happen. Let the story happen.
Is there a possibility that Jarrett Stidham could usurp Derek Carr? No. It'd have to be through injury.
We talked about it, though.
If the Raiders go 0-4,
maybe.
Am I rooting for that?
I don't know.
I would like to see Stidham out there with the starters. It
wouldn't hurt if he started a game where we were out there.
We said the same fucking thing when he was here in the New England Patriots, and that didn't happen.
But I will say this, though. He seems faster. He seems like he got his legs. Stidham was running.
Yeah,
which
he
was
said
nice.
He hasn't felt that great since college. He had a back injury. That's what he had last year and had surgery. Mm-hmm.
Remember
I've had 2 back surgeries myself, so I understand what the
What's
pain
the healing time on that?
I mean, usually it's pretty quick. I mean, with an athlete like him, you go in, you go out, that's it. I think it might have, on his case, and this is my personal opinion, it's an injury that came from college. It didn't happen in the NFL. It's lingering. So, let's say if the Patriots knew about it, and this, again, just my speculation, my opinion. Say he has this injury week. The first you get drafted, you got to play. You got to stay on the team.
Yep.
You can't get.
You
cut.
can't just say
Now, the Patriots also can't just be like, yeah, go get this cleaned up. It didn't happen on their watch. It's not their responsibility.
It's not our problem.
But when push comes to shove and you have 4 quarterbacks and you're like, all right, how can we get rid of Stidham? Hey, get your back surgery. It's fine now.
Go handle it.
Why is it fine now and not like 2 years ago? Yeah. It's just interesting how it works. Like, now when he get hurt and he hurt his groin, it happened on the field.
On the watch. Yeah.
Yeah, on the watch. They're responsible.
Yep.
Hey, like, you got to take care of me.
Yep.
But no, it's good. It was good to see him. It's good to see him all smiles. He knows his role out there in Las Vegas, and I'm not rooting for the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm rooting for Jarrett Stidham.
Yeah, but you know what?
Said I hope they fucking go 0-4.
But ladies and gentlemen, we have to stop that shit. You know what I mean? Like, we're adults, right? We all know that we love the Patriots, but it's okay to actually watch other teams and look for other teams.
How do you feel that I went out to Canton and I wore a Raiders jersey?
It didn't bother me.
A Jarrett Stidham jersey.
It didn't bother me.
How do you feel in November if I go out and I wear a Raiders jersey?
I'm gonna have a Raiders fucking jersey. What are you talking about? What are we talking about?
Patriots bye week, by the way, so it's like there's no Patriots game.
But again, ladies and gentlemen, like, we love the sport so much that we just follow different teams. We buy into their character. If we knew more about other people's characters, we would buy into them. I told everyone, right? Tom Brady served for how many years? 19 years, right?
Yeah, here.
I followed him.
Yeah, you
followed him. Now, is it Patriots or Tom? I want the Patriots to go to the Super Bowl. Patriots don't make it? I'm backing up Tom.
Yeah,
the hell? I want that story to continue. I want to be able to say my quarterback, our quarterback, he won 9-10 Super Bowls.
Jarrett Stidham will get his Geno Smith moment down the line at some point.
I think so.
He will get his time.
I think he'll get it back.
His time will come at some point in the NFL. Not saying that it's going to be long-term. Not saying it's going to be short-term, but his time will come, and it'll be interesting because guess what? He was in the Hall of Fame game, nationally televised game. It's the first fucking football game of the entire season. I know it's preseason.
And how long? What was the last time he played?
The last time he played was in the end of 2020 when he was in mop-up duty. He didn't play a preseason game since 2019.
That's a long time. That's a very, very, very long time.
I think that he can become a starter somewhere in the NFL.
I mean,
he's somebody that they say that you talk about Jimmy G going to the Cowboys.
Yep.
The Cowboys could be looking at Stidham. Can you just come here for 5 games?
Yeah.
Like, and if I'm Stidham, I'd be like, hell yeah.
Would you?
I mean,
just
if I'm McDaniels,
I say
no. Like, fuck no. I need my insurance policy
to make more tape, huh?
Like if you had the opportunity to go out there for Stidham, I would actually. If you're getting a starting job in the NFL, why would you say no? But I'm saying if I'm McDaniels, I'd say no.
Yeah.
I need my insurance policy.
Right.
Stidham is their insurance policy.
Yeah. I kind of think low key, McDaniels really doesn't have a relationship with Derek Carr, quote unquote. Derek Carr only has a 3-year contract,
absolutely.
Which is really 2-1 if they feel like biting the bullet.
Yeah.
If they really trust the coach, they might just say...
You needed to sign Derek Carr for the extension in order to get Devontae Adams. Adams is fucking good.
And he's here.
And you got Waller to buy in. You got Hunter Renfrow to buy in. Like, they're bought in. And that's why I said I think the Raiders in the next 3 years can make the Super Bowl themselves. So
I love it. You know what? Let's
move
on. Can we try to make some money? Make some money.
I made no money. I lost it all this last week at the Brook.
You weren't supposed to say that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So now people
let's try it out because maybe I didn't have Babs bets of the week.
There we go.
New England at Pittsburgh. New England actually favored in this game. Can you believe that?
That's amazing.
The worst team in the NFL in the
amazing.
AFC is favored in this game -1. It's because of the injury of T.J. Watt.
That's right.
Najee Harris is hurt.
I think the line will change.
Am I ever going to pick against the New England Patriots?
No.
We'll figure it out. Well, you never know. You never know. It might be later in the season. Tampa Bay at New Orleans. I like New Orleans money line +130. The reason for this is Lattimore on Mike Evans. They're going to be beasting against each other. Tampa Bay only put up 19 points against the Cowboys. I'll give credit to the Cowboys, but I like this New Orleans team, and I think that Tom might have a little trouble against them. I'm rooting for New Orleans. We just talked about how fun they were.
Yep.
Indianapolis at Jacksonville. I believe Indy is like a 5 or 6 point favorite, but I like the money line for Jacksonville. Am I saying that because I own Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne in fantasy football? Maybe. But there was 2 touchdowns that got called back for Jacksonville. They had a chance to win against Washington. I'm just saying that. Indianapolis has trouble in Jacksonville. It's in Jacksonville. So that's why I'm giving it to Jacksonville. I like the money line. I want to make money. You know what I mean? I don't want to make money on something that's minus, 200, but
We
minus
want that.
five and a half, like the Las Vegas Raiders. Go for it.
Let's do it.
Arizona's going to be a dumpster fire this year. And I want them to be a dumpster fire. And I want them to be a dumpster fire because of Kyler Murray and the way he acted this offseason and cried like a little fucking bitch to get his money. And he got his money. And I hope it doesn't work out for Arizona. And you want Arizona to be bad because guess what? You're going to be playing them later on in this year. So
good points.
Saying. And then Tennessee at Buffalo. I took Tennessee plus 10.
I know why. You hate fucking Buffalo.
I'm not ever going to pick for Buffalo. Means Buffalo is going to win the game if I'm taking Tennessee plus 10.
Yep.
But I just think that last time they played each other, remember last year, Monday Night Football,
Rumble.
we came right down here.
Beautiful Rumble.
And it was Tennessee.
Yeah.
Ended up getting that major stop at the very end.
Yeah.
But I just said this. Buffalo is getting these high point spreads. They were favored against the LA Rams in LA to start out the season.
Yeah.
They're favored 10 points week 2 on a Monday Night Football game. They are becoming the true real deal. Will I ever accept it, Cliff?
I don't think so.
Like,
I ever will.
I'll say it. Like, I'll say it. Does it mean that I believe it? No.
Nope.
I'm not going to believe it.
You're saying it for the camera.
Listen, this team, at the end of the day, always finds a way to lose.
Yeah.
They could go to the Super Bowl this year. They will find a way to Buffalo it. That's how it is. If they go to the Super Bowl this year, God, I hope it's Tom Brady and the Bucks, because then I will go full Bucks mode. I will go full Bucks mode on.
Wait a minute, would you get a Brady jersey?
100%.
Me too.
I would be all Bucks gear.
Me too.
The one week pass.
All right.
All in on Buffalo.
Well, your IG people, will they hate on you forever and ever and ever?
They hate everything, dude. I can breathe and they hate me. They're negative about every fucking thing.
But we love them anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the point where we said this was going to be an hour, but we went over 27 minutes because why? This is what we do. We got a lot of shit to talk about. We haven't seen each other in so long, and we're having a few adult beverages while we're here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final thoughts. My final thought is this. It's a new year. It's a new NFL year. We have a lot of people that are hating on the New England Patriots. We have a lot of realistic individuals that are saying that they might not go to the playoffs. Is that wrong? No. It's just saying that we understand where our team is. I believe my friend here, my partner, said that this is a 4-year plan. We got to wait. We got to go through the process. We have to trust Bill. But Bill, a few things. Throw me a bone, man. Let these players play. Don't bench Kendrick Bourne. It just doesn't make sense. Him and Matt get along. Let's work it out. You have Parker. You have Henry. You even have Smith that's starting to play. And you know who else? Number 15. I don't even like to say Aguilar, but he's actually making plays. He doesn't like to go on the inside. So it has to be that outside stuff. He has alligator hands. I used to play receiver. If you don't extend your hand, you have alligator hands. That means you're scared to go down the middle. I understand my team. I respect my team. And that's my final thought. I want to support the New England Patriots. I want to be completely optimistic. I want to say, holy shit, we got in with a wild card and we won the Super Bowl. You know why? Because we've done it before. But at the same time, when I'm seeing all these little different things happening, it makes me nervous. Makes me second guess myself. It makes me come here and say, Babs is a little crazy. It's more than just the Bud Lattes. It's more than the Henny that we got our guy Mac Jones chasing. It's just not what it is. It's not what Tom used to do. It's not the old Patriots. It's the new Patriot way. But this new Patriot way should not be celebrating yards. We never did that, and we never should. That's all I got for final thoughts on my side, man. What you got?
My final thought is this. After just seeing one game, I believe that the New England Patriots defense will become the real deal. I think they'll be wheeling and dealing during the season. Give them a couple more games. And I am now starting to believe into the extension of the preseason in September. You got 3 games. You lost the first one in Miami. You got to go to Pittsburgh and win that game. You got to beat the Ravens at home. That'll be a nice tough test. I'll see you all out there for the home opener in a couple weeks. But you got the Green Bay Packers even in the beginning of October. The schedule opens up. The league is changing week by week, month by month. Just ride the wave. I feel that this season that we're going on and that we're embarking on this journey together is going to remind me of the 2018 season. You're going to see 2018 Babs back. Optimistic, bias, ride the wave.
I like that. Before we go, let's give a couple shout-outs. We had a lot of people checking in. We want to give a shout-out to Tony Blake. We got Dito. We got George. Jorge, that's our guy right there. Shout-outs to Peasy. That's my guy, Barbara. We just have a lot of people, and I just want to just say thank you for everyone that's following us, subscribing to the YouTube page. We're going to have a lot of fun this year. We're going to work harder. I'm going to work harder. He's pushing me. I gotta provide results. We have a lot of things on the way. As you can see, we're in a new studio. So much more. He has to help me fill this up because yes, if I had a camera,
I think our fans,
like the shit here,
I think our fans need to help us fill this out too, and people can either get us some stuff or tell us to get some stuff in certain areas. It's our first time sitting here. It's just awesome. I mean, like I said, I did the math. We have like 23 weeks of doing this.
Yeah.
Like we stick in and week out. There are some days you get here and you're like, we got to do this.
No, we're going to do it like we did last year. Yeah. We even have a fan zone. So if any of you guys are available, we can set up you come here, you can join us, you can be part of the podcast, part of the show, be part of the fan zone. Plus, ladies and gentlemen, there's a sneaky little thing that I got going out there. I'm working on something on the back end because I just produced some stuff and I made some new friends and they said, hey, what are you doing? I showed them this show. They were impressed. So we might be doing some live events. We love live events.
Yeah.
Our last event sucked, not because of us.
No, but it's great. This is what I really love pushing you, and what we do is the work that you put into your production. It's top notch. People notice. I fucking talk to a lot of people in the off season, and you rub elbows with certain people, and they're watching. So it's great. They're seeing the production. Just need that couple opportunities out there to keep doing what we're doing. It's great, but it all comes down to you people that watch it or support it, or we take our clips and we post them out there. I think the new time slot's awesome.
Yes,
and I think also you've already said it. We have a little area here for fans to come here. It's going to be an 8 p.m. thing. It might rotate. We're still figuring out dates. But if you're interested or you're somebody that is in college that is in production or wants to be in sports broadcasting, like just like in 2018, 2019, you started Ride the Wave Media, and that was my way of introducing people to social media and writing and this and that. Come here. Come to the studio. We'll tell you where it is. If you want to be part of it, come help. Like the more people we have, the more hands on this, the better it becomes, and you never know where things can go. People are asking about hoodies online over here on the YouTube, the CliffNotes project page. Hoodies are coming. They want that hoodie. Okay, we're gonna have a merch. I promise you. Give me 2 weeks. You'll see the merch. You'll see a line where you guys can purchase it. It's not gonna be cheap Gildan. It's gonna be actually champion hoodies, real quality. Because we're about quality production, quality content, just quality everything, man. And for anybody, and for anybody that wants to sponsor our show, plenty of opportunities and plenty of wall space for it. Lots of space, lots of opportunities, especially since we're going to be going out and we might be having some special interviews, man. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Clifford Bourne, and you know who that is. It's no longer the Spike King. It is Babs on the mic. Respect that man. Put some respect on his name. And we are Boston Power Hour, and we are out of here. Y'all be good, be safe, enjoy yourself. Go Pats.